Welcome curious souls to Magically Different Mouse. I'm Katie and I'm here today to talk about an accessibility issue that I don't see mentioned enough on Disney forums, and that is the problems with ride vehicles. Now, when you see ride warnings, it's about the experience of the attraction itself, whether it's jerky, rough, might give you motion sickness, all that fun stuff. But what they never mention is what it's like getting on and off the ride vehicles, and some are harder than others. And depending on what your differences are, you may not be able to ride certain ride vehicles. My nemesis when it comes to ride vehicles is this, the carousel. Now, just the act of climbing up on the horse, getting my leg over it, and then getting off it again, particularly if the horse stops up high, with my back and my hips and my coordination issues, I just find it really difficult. Last time I really tried getting on off a carousel, I got myself a horseshoe-shaped bruise on my kneecap from my trouble, and swore a lot. So really now I've had to accept the fact that I can't ride the carousel, and it is possibly one of the most gentle rides out there. Now, what ride vehicles are really difficult to you is going to depend on you and your abilities, but there's a few we want to highlight in this video that you might find difficult, so let's get going. Here in Discoveryland, we actually have two rides that have really troublesome ride vehicles, and we're standing right next to one of them now. This is Autotopia, otherwise known to its friends as you get into cars and drive them around with a very loud noise in the background, hence the very loud putt-putt-putting you can hear behind us. And the problem with the Autotopia vehicles is they're much like its cousins around the world. You're almost sitting on the floor when you get in and out of these cars, which means if you have back issues or if you have problems climbing up and down, these cars might actually be very difficult for you. It's also worth knowing there is no graceful way of getting in or out of an Autotopia car. So let's not try to be graceful, just get in and out of them the best way you can.
A few moments later.
So we're currently on Autotopia, and as I said before we recorded this video, it is really uncomfortable. Do not get on this if you have any sort of problems. Goodness only knows how I'm getting out of this thing. We'll find out in a minute. But even more troublesome than Autotopia is its near Discoveryland neighbour, and that's directly behind us, and that is Orbitron. These rockets, I don't know who designed them. Someone who's never got in and out of a seat is my personal opinion, because they are so awkward to climb in and out of. Much like Autotopia, you're almost sitting on the floor in them. You also, if there's more than one of you in a vehicle, you're essentially straddling the person in front of you, and there's not a lot of space. So probably not one for two adults to ride together. And again, leaving yourself in and out of these vehicles are really awkward. I've struggled with these vehicles in the past because of my shoulders. I just couldn't get the leverage to get myself up on them. So if you do struggle with certain movements, especially if you've got a bad back or bad shoulders, I'd be very wary of Orbitron. Per personal opinion, just watch it go. Because actually, it's kind of scary as well. It's the low-key scariest ride in this park. But it's certainly pretty, and it's a lovely entrance to Discoveryland. So maybe just appreciate its beauty and nothing else. Now, so far we've talked about ride vehicles that are difficult to climb on, off of, or in and out of. What we haven't talked about is ride vehicles that are just plain tight and small. A really good case in point behind us is Casey Jr. This ride is very much designed for small children, and its proportions are designed for small children. Adults are of course allowed to ride, but if you're an adult who's larger than a child, you may struggle to get in and out of this ride. It is extremely small. It's a lot of fun to watch, and it's quite a sweet little coaster, but honestly, if you have any trouble with tight spaces, I wouldn't recommend Casey Jr. And another thing to mention about ride vehicles is that some ride vehicles will keep moving as you get in and out of them. Typically speaking, they will move the floor at the same time as the ride. This is the case of the Omnimover rides like Phantom Manor. In the case here of Le Pays de Comte de Fils, there's a turntable which typically rotates as the boats spin. It does sometimes stop because they're letting people with accessibility differences get on and off the ride, which is why you can probably see it stopped quite a few times. And it's why if you are on this ride, it will stop while you're on it. It's to let people who struggle otherwise get on and off. I really struggle with this one, simply because even though the floor's moving the same rate as the boat is, I think because it's spinning and we're outdoors, my eyes just really struggle with this ride. My balance does not enjoy it, and it is quite a step down into the boat as well. As I said, if you do have accessibility differences, you should be able to go in the other entrance. Now, the other ride that really does keep moving and there's no moving floor next to it is Crush's Coaster. That is also quite a tight ride vehicle. It's not a ride that we personally choose to ride very often. Kim doesn't get on with the spinning of that attraction particularly, and it's fun, but it always has a horrendous queue. And I do really struggle with the fact that the ride vehicles move while the floor stays stationary. That doesn't do anything for my balance. So that's something else you might want to consider. Now, when we're talking about all these sorts of rides, this isn't to put you off trying any rides. If you do think that a rider vehicle may be a struggle for you, try looking up some video of the attraction online first. There will be videos of all these attractions out there, and we have some good B-roll which we've included in these videos too. Just to see if you think the ride vehicle will be accessible for you or not. And by all means try them when you're here too. But I do think it's worth remembering that there is no shame in not being able to get on a ride because the ride vehicle does not suit you and your differences. I have accepted that I will not be riding the carousel horses in the future. It sucks a bit, but it is one of those things. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you'd like to keep up to date with our content, please visit us at magicallydifferentmouse.com. I'm eating my hair. And also make sure you subscribe to our channel and ding the alerts bell to be updated with our future videos. And we look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye bye.